In this video, the throne of God will be explained. The reason why there are many similarities with God's kingdom and the Egyptian pyramids is as shown in a previous video dated 26th July 2024, explaining the cause of good and evil. Lucifer fell from grace and descended to the earth. He knew God's plan to build the ultimate kingdom. So because he began to believe he was God, he convinced the Egyptians to build the kingdom. But it was all in vain, just like all the other kingdoms he tried to build before that. He wanted to build his own kingdom before God could. Obviously, he had stopped believing in God, which is why he fell to earth. In this way, Satan could discourage God's people from believing that God's true plans to build his kingdom is with pyramids. Satan's objective is to make believe that the pyramids are a pagan invention, when in fact they were God's original plan without selfish and vain additions. May God bless all who see and believe.
In this video, we will reveal the perpetual infinity of the throne of God. Just like the river Nile in Egypt is the life source of the Egyptian people, the throne of God is the life source of God's people. The Egyptians believed that the source of the river Nile came from their gods, and the water is what kept them alive. The river equates to the Holy Spirit that comes from the throne of God and runs through the people of the New Jerusalem, bringing cool waters of life to the 12 types of trees, meaning 12 tribes of Israel, producing 12 crops of fruits, meaning works. Only a good tree can produce good fruits. So if the 12 tribes of Israel are watered with the waters of the Holy Spirit, only then will good fruits be produced. Revelation 22 verse 2. Just to inform you, the Holy Spirit runs all the way through into the 12 pearly gates, who are the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay, so now let's look at this diagram again. The cross-section of God's people, which reveals at the very center the infinite holy cube of God's throne. If we zoom it up, it will look like this, as in diagram 12. The 4 white cubes are the top cubes to the 4 pyramids. The red cube in the center is the throne of God. 4 red cubes in the corners is the Holy Spirit. The blue cubes are just a portion of the next step of the pyramids. I had to keep the diagram small for zooming. In diagram 12b, the center cube is revealed. Do you see the intricacy of it all? Well, that is just the first stage of it, because it continues forever if we zoom up the center cube. The first stage reveals that it is made up of 6 more pyramids, just like the pyramids for the people of God, also with the Holy Spirit running diagonally. In fact, at this stage, the whole cube is the Holy Spirit. The design is just there to make you see what is happening so that you will understand the infinity of it. That cube is larger than the white cubes because it contains the infinite calculations of the square root of 2. It has 4 pyramids facing each other, and each are 63 steps high. There is a cube in the center with a value of 1.62 ... to infinity. Illustrated in this diagram, you will see how the perpetual process is calculated. The first row of black numbers is the basis from which the infinite calculations are made. The 329 multiplied by the square root of 2 is the length of the foundations, which contains the pearly gates as well. It is the dimensions of the cube on the inside only. The size of the walls are the 144,000 as illustrated in the video part 2. The black numbers down the left margin are the different stages that can be calculated with this extension of the square root of 2. The first red numbers on the left margin is the size of the corner cube. The second red numbers in the left margin is the decimal place of the calculation. The pink numbers are the sizes of the center cubes on each stage of the calculation. Notice that the cube stopped on the first odd number of every stage. This is because with any odd number, one can be subtracted, leaving an even number. That even number can then be divided by 2, making up the 2 pyramids that face each other, with the center cube being that one number that was subtracted, including all the other numbers from the square root of 2, as in the diagram. On every stage of the calculation, green numbers reveal the size of the infinite cube at the center of the pyramid. Lastly, here is diagram 13, with a bird's eye view of the Holy Spirit flowing out of God's throne and over each of the pyramids like a bell covering them. Notice how the red cubes next to the white cube only have a value of 1, but the corner cubes a value of 1.1 ... to infinity. On the second step of the pyramid, there would be 3 cubes on each side, what I call the body cubes. Here's diagram 14, with the 3 dimensions of the Holy Spirit: the vertex cube, the corner cubes, and the body cubes. Only the body cubes become more in number as more steps are added to the pyramid. Thank you for watching. May God bless you all.